right, finally, we are getting to power and control. Let's talk about power and control. Nana and Femi Otedola. People never really talk about this too, but I guess because of their beautiful, beautiful daughter's wedding in the past weekend, I guess we get to talk about them. I'm looking forward to reading Making It Big by Femi Otedola, his new book. I'm looking forward to reading that. As soon as I get home, I'll order it. Maybe I can even order it to come to me in the hotel. But unfortunately, they don't have the Kindle, they don't have the audiobook. I would have preferred either of those two versions of the book. All right, but let's talk about them real quick. People, for the last 5 or 6 or 7 years, people would speculate that they are not together. I think they might have been separated at some point, but there's nothing that indicates that they are not really together. There's a story out there about some entanglement that Mr. Femi Otedola got himself into with some 2 twin ladies in Canada. Some alleged stuff, something I think he might even allude to in his book, because he talked about some of his flaws that Nana Otedola kept up with. So as a couple, there's not much out there about themselves, and that should tell you something, tell you something. If not everything, it should tell you something. You should pay attention to that. See, one of the problems, the same problems that people are dealing with in divorce stage, is the same reason why there was a divorce in the first place. That's something that people don't pay attention to. When I see the way people move during divorce, it tells me everything I need to know while they were still together. It's like no wonder for me. Okay? Now, most other platforms out there, they pay attention to other stupid stuff. What do I mean by stupid stuff? Moral-based things. Oh, she did this. She made some more money, so she started acting stupid. Things like that are very, very stupid to talk about, in my opinion. Those are not the real issues. Okay? Those are very myopic level, surface level nonsense that really has nothing to do with why a relationship collapsed. For the most part, at least, just to be safe, I'll say for the most part. I really want to say 100% of the time. Okay? Because again, money just magnifies who people are already. And if you didn't have the discernment to discern who people are in the first place before you made it big, and suddenly started making money and you're now surprised, to me, it's like, no wonder. Of course, they will dump your ass once they make more money. Okay? Of course, they will dump your ass. Let me say, I think Taylor Swift should draw a prenuptial agreement with Kelsey. I don't know that story. Share it. I know you're always sharing stuff with us in the backstage. Share it with me. I like to see it in the backstage. All right. So, I think all those things has nothing to do with, but there's something that's inevitable in every relationship. There's something that's inevitable in every relationship. It's called conflict. No, not feminism. Conflict. Conflict is inevitable in every types of relationship. It doesn't matter if it's just romantic, interpersonal relationship, between parents and children, between business partners and partners. Conflict is inevitable. All right? It's the one thing that nobody ever talks about. Everybody want to talk about the woman who made more money and then decide to dump an incompetent husband. Yeah, incompetent. It's okay. It's all right. Drink water. Being incompetent doesn't mean you're a bad person. I didn't say you're a bad person. I would never say that. I would never say that a woman is a bad person just because she got dumped. You got dumped for a real reason. There's a real reason. Just because you're not a bad person doesn't mean there's no real reason besides cheating. There's a deeper reason beyond the moral stupid stuff that all of you want to talk about. There's a real reason why somebody is not attracted to being around you. They just don't fasten. It could be as simple as you don't even know how to take a step back and say, I value myself. If they don't want me, I don't want them either. You don't know how to say something that simple. So of course they don't want you. That is a more real reason. See, finish. You don't value yourself. You have no self-respect. You have no self-love. So, of course, they are copying exactly what you're doing to yourself, how you treat yourself. It's so simple. It's crazy. It cannot be that simple as far as you're concerned. It must be because it's the devil incarnate. They came from hellfire as far as you're concerned. If they don't come from hellfire, it's not good enough reason for you. Whereas we could have kept it simple. Because say, hey, you don't want me? I don't want you either. I'm special. I was made by God. I was made special. If you don't want me, it must mean that God has something better for me. No, all that sounds too simple. It must be something that has to do with I'm right and the other person is wrong. If it's not spelled out in that way, you don't understand it. What was I saying? There's something that's inevitable in every relationship. It's conflict. And it's a certain situation you find yourself that really, really highlights the small issues that we have underneath. Like, for example, you have controlling behavior. It's not really going to be highlighted until I make more money than you. If I make more money than you, I'm going to start looking at you funny. Like, I don't really need you like that. It's a discovery thing, I guess. I just start discovering more about myself. Women will say, I'm discovering myself. He's dumping you very, very soon. Or she did it already 3 years ago. I'm discovering myself. The question you should ask yourself is, what is it that she's finding so much value in outside of me, a whole king? What is it that she's finding value in? No, of course, I'm not a bad person. This is not relevant. What is it that she's finding value in with talking to her friends rather than talking to me, the king, rather than wanting to spend time with me? Why would she want to spend more time with her friends? It's not a bad thing. It's just a question if you feel some type of way about it. Or you could say, oh, I guess she just needs some time off. You could just say, oh, she just wants to spend time with her friend? Okay, all right. Guess who she's going to want to run back to sooner than later. See, you guys don't understand. Gentlemen, it looks like I'm talking to you for the most part today, by the way. You don't know women. Women are not each other's friends. You don't know that much. That they can't spend that much time around themselves that much. That's the reality. If you just calm down and drink some water. She wants to go on girls trip. Your head will just go out of this world. Like girls trip. You will be spending 24 hours on TikTok arguing about girls trip. You missed the point. She doesn't want to be around you. That's the main point. You need to first of all acknowledge that. And then you can say why. And then before you know it, you see a lady will come and say, no, girls, I don't do girls trip. No woman should do girls trip. That's not the point, though, auntie. That's not the issue. See, you're able to say that because clearly you want to be around your husband. You missed the point too. You missed the point too. Does that mean the husband is a bad person? No, it's irrelevant. The first thing is the reality. The reality is that your wife wants to go on a girls trip. Oh, by the way, it could be as simple as she just needs a little time off. It doesn't have to be that deep. But I'm saying if you start to make it that deep, then you have to start looking deeper in the right direction. Sometimes just letting go is all you need. Just let her go. Let her go and figure it out. Can they steal her away before she comes back? Yes. Welcome to the real world. Oily chests, girls trip. Now I'm scaring the shit out of the man. Oily chest, girls trip. Stella got her groove back. She might be stolen before she comes back. Yeah. What if she's stolen before she comes back? Can you live? Will you be able to survive? If you can't survive, maybe that's what she can smell already. No wonder she's running away from you.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Maybe because you're chasing her away. But anyway, we don't know. We need the rest of the story, right? The point is this. You need to be content to yourself. If you lack self-respect, People cannot respect you, because this conversation about Femi Otedola turned into a whole thing about respect and submission, and people start to pull up dictionary meanings of submission and respect. The original word was in Greek, it was in Latin. I'm like, oh my God, God have mercy, help me, God. Oh God, save me, take the wheel, Lord, take the wheel. The Greek source of the word submission, it means you submit to a mission. If you don't have a vision, you submit stupid stuff that has nothing to do with nothing. If people don't want to be with you, they don't want to be with you. Very simple. Simple, but not simple, because the human brain is not that simple. I get it. We tend to overcomplicate simple stuff, right? So they had issues. They looked at, they were separated for all the while. They kept on social media, celebrate each other's birthday together, dancing together. Yet somebody is still in the corner somewhere saying, oh, I think they're no longer together. If they are not together, let's say they are not together right now, right? You as a man, let's say, for example, they're not together. Look at this fine woman, Nana Otedola, right here, right? And she started to show you some love. And she now told you and say, tomorrow's my birthday, but I want to spend it with my ex-husband and my children. Can you accept it?
Will you keep quiet?
Can you accept it? You see, some people, right? Some people will come and say, oh, we're better off being friends than we're being husband and wife. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. They want to have their cake and eat it too. Can you be with that person? Can you be with a Jada Pinkett Smith? You remember what happened to, what is his name? I forgot his name. The boy, the boy that she played with, that Jada played with. I forgot his name now. I don't even remember his name. This is the reality of life. Do you remember what happened? He started getting, he was starting to charge at Will Smith, allegedly. He was getting jealous. He was a side dude, but he was getting jealous. And I don't know. Help me translate that to English. I don't know how to. Somebody who found something, a lost and found, but you want to die with it. If you just focus on attraction, if you focus on your ability, your skill set around creating attraction, stop worrying about stupid moral stuff that you were raised with. You're not going to steal, lie, cheat on a normal day, but you will do all those things if it doesn't feel right. Okay? All those things, cheat, steal, and lie, you will do all of those things when it gets down to survivor. Even worse, when it comes to emotional survivor, you will do every single one of those things. You might not do it in the way you think, like I would never do that. You will do it from a place of blind spot. There's something you will do that typically you wouldn't be proud of. You won't be proud of yourself if everything was right, if everything felt right, if not that you're running away, if not that you're trying to survive, right? You would say, I would never do that, but you found yourself doing these things. It might not be the way you said you would never, ever, ever do it, but you find yourself doing something stupid, even if it's as simple as eating cake in the middle of the night after you committed to 3 months of losing 30 pounds. But somehow you just find 2 a.m. you're eating it. You're cheating on yourself. Why? How come you couldn't just be intentional and just don't cheat on yourself? You know why? Because we're human beings. So what do? You set up a position for yourself to win. You make sure the environment is conducive. You know, the environment that's conducive for romance to cook. So they're saying, I think they're back together. There's a report somewhere that they're back together. Let me see if I can find it. Right? Of course they'll be back together. Who's going to compete with him? He has resources, and then he's in a place where he can now pour on them. He's in a place where he can be accountable and say, you know what? This woman sacrificed a lot. There's a report on Vanguard talking about billionaire Femi Otedola has paid glowing tribute to his wife, Nana Otedola. So Vanguard said his wife, yet the bloggers are saying, I think they're divorced. Where? Do you have the record anywhere? At least we have to follow records on the records in reputable publications, right? Vanguard said billionaire Femi Otedola has paid glowing tribute to his wife, Nana Otedola, praising her enduring love and sacrifices in raising their family. In a video shared on Saturday from the wedding ceremony of their daughter, Femi Otedola, to singer Ola Tux Abitogun, popularly known as Mr. Easy, Otedola reflected on his wife's pivotal role in holding the family together while he was preoccupied with building his business empire. He recalled that when Femi was born, his attention was fixed on financial pursuits, leaving Nana to carry the greater share of parenting responsibilities. And I quote, "I give all credit to Nana. He sacrificed everything, even putting up with my flaws, to ensure all children were well cared for and loved every moment," Otedola said, drawing applause from guests. The businessman acknowledged that Nana's strength and dedication had been fundamental to the family's stability and success. It is not the first time Otedola has publicly celebrated his wife. In 2022, he joined their children in marking Nana's birthday with heartfelt tributes on social media. I think every year he does that, as a matter of fact. In 2023, he made headlines during a yacht trip when he jokingly remarked that he had a girlfriend in the Philippines. Okay, so again, now that joke is triggering somebody, right? It doesn't matter. You see, the labels, I told you, don't put marriage on a pedestal. I told you that a long time ago. Marriage is a function of the people in it. If you are trash people inside of marriage, the marriage will be trash. Marriage does not decide by itself. I'm going to be trash, I'm going to be a scam, or it's going to be hard work, all this nonsense. No, as a human being, to create the life you want, it's going to be some testing period. There's going to be people that will shame you for fighting through those testing period. Okay, whatever that looks like, everybody's story is different. It's unique. It's case by case by case. You don't live in a cave. You're a human being like the rest of us. You require and desire social interactions with people that have the ability to destroy you emotionally. Some of them are your children. You keep talking about wife and husband, you think it's about married thing. No, some of them are your children. They will drag you in these streets.
Sorry.
But you know when they won't do that? If you keep working on yourself and everybody else is trash. If you keep working on yourself and everybody else is deemed trash. It's the experience that people have around you, right? Are you aware enough to pay attention to the experience you create around you, regardless of money or not? Because I can see it now. Somebody say, but he's a billionaire. That's why we're saying that. No, it's not that simple either. That's the easy thing to say. Stop saying easy things to yourself to make yourself feel better in the short term. Ask yourself some hard questions. What if? What if I lose this person? Can I survive? Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't survive. No wonder they don't want to be around me. If you ask such hard questions, then it becomes easier because you've already given yourself that kind of hard work already. Then it gets easier. But if you try to make it easy for yourself, every time Dr. Ozo say yes, those women should collect too. Every time this Daddy Free say yes, all those men are wrong too. You just dump on it. Anybody that's pandering to your feelings, you just dump all over it. Your life will get harder. Your life will get harder. It's a guarantee. How do I know? Because perception is real. Perception is real. You have to reverse engineer the world, the life you want for yourself. You have to reverse engineer it. No, you're not going to get a free ride because nobody does. Nobody does. I can sit here and tell you everything you want to hear. Yeah, this is fault. Yes, those men are wicked too. We should call, somebody said yesterday, we should start calling men out. We should start calling men out. What example did she gave the example of a criminal. Somebody who went and killed their girlfriend. That's a criminal. So I should sit around and start dragging all the men because of a criminal? No. He's going to jail for the rest of his life. He's destroyed. But what about the person nearby? It's sad. It's sad. That has nothing to do with the kind of relationship you're trying to create. It's not relevant. Or you can decide to make it relevant. It's completely up to you. It's up to you. Remember? Yeah. It's what you focus on, it expands.
You're right.
What you focus on expands. The turkey, shout out to the turkey, by the way, that should be able to accept it. He would know the score when you married her. So deal with it. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you mean by deal with it. You see, that's why I come off like I know everything all the time. Precisely what I'm trying to say is I don't know shit, honestly. That's precisely what I'm trying to say, you know. I just have questions. Instead of concluding that I'm the victim, I just have questions. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say. You know? And there are victims. Don't get it twisted. There are victims for real, for real. But if we're dealing with some of these emotional issues, that is actually a point of leverage where you can actually become a winner when everybody else is choosing to be a loser. When it comes to emotional stuff, right? When it comes to the experience that you are creating for other people, if you're creating good experience for them, they just want to be around you. Now you have to screen them, right? But if you're not even aware of it at all, you're not paying attention to it, there's a good chance that if you're not that aware, it's a marketplace. It's a marketplace at the end of the day. Somebody's going to win. It's probably not the person that's not aware. It's probably not the person that's paying attention to learning the game of love and life. Okay? It's probably not. It's the experiences. That's what we're trying to repair. The experiences that you've been having, right? There's some things you can control. There's some things you can't control. Let me tell you something you can't control. Other human beings. You cannot control other human beings. Okay? Power. Oh, you do have power. You might not be aware of the kind of power you have because you're focused on the power that you don't have. Or you do have power. There's a certain type of luxury that you have that other people don't have. But how are you going to find out if you're so focused on the power that was taken away from you? Now you want to become an overnight activist, basically begging for them to give you the power back. Asking women for respect. Could it work? It will never work.
You they use your function to play.
It will never work. Write this down and take it to the bank. This is what it looks like when you're asking women for power, for respect and submission.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
It will never work. Will it work? Uncle Bernard said, do we know what happened? No, hold on one second. Let me see. You will know the score. Yeah. Deal with it. We're men. Yeah, deal with it. Yeah. If we have to conclude at that, I prefer that than playing or remaining victims. I'd rather we deal with it. You know, I'd rather we deal with it. I'm not sure if I understand your statement though. Uncle Bernard said, do we know what happened? No, it sounds like it's a conflict. It sounds like they had conflict like every other couple. If it's something catastrophic, they are so exposed, we would have known. Everybody knows their business. If it's nasty like that, people would have known their business. You know, there's no secret under the heaven. You will see it everywhere. As long as people can see allegedly, they will carry it. The bloggers will carry it. The only thing they can do right now is speculate. The only thing we can see on reputable platforms is that they're together. That's all we can see. Okay. Now, there's another question that might pop up here. Does he have like side chicks? Does he exercise his options out there? Your guess is as good as mine. It's a guess. It's a speculation. Okay? It's speculation, it's a guess. It's a billionaire in Nigerian society. Yeah. It's very possible. Okay, it's very possible. So one of the things that happened, I want to round up with this. They said back to Temi and Oluwatosin, they said she changed her name. Okay, let me rewind a little bit. Right, um, Nana dealt with his flaws. Somebody is out there on social media crying like, hey, they just want to encourage you man to continue to take nonsense. Really, what you're talking about is compromise. Okay, that's at the since we don't know the full story, what we're talking about is compromise. All of you, including me, will compromise. If the value is in it enough, you will compromise. You will pay a price for it. There's no free ride for anybody. There's no free ride for anybody. Again, I'm not shutting down the activists. Continue to do what you do. It's part of what makes our society fair. Feminists, please continue to fight for the right of equality for women. Absolutely. I want to continue to encourage that. That's part of what makes our world go around. When it comes down to your micro personal level though, ladies, you're going to have to learn seduction skills. If you don't, you will continue to be a loser. I promise. It's a guarantee. Because somebody is going, like, listen, all the majority of these men are simps. Okay, they just need somebody to stroke their ego. That's what you call it. But it's just value. It's just, think of it in terms of value. Respect is overrated by men, underrated by women. Submission is overrated by men, underrated by women. Women, you need to understand that that's a weapon for you. If you're being dismissive about it and you keep pulling out dictionary meanings on submission, instead of what do you want? Submission? Babe, of course. Of course. If I don't submit to you, who I go submit to? If you can't talk like that because you have pride. It's a marketplace. Yeah, somebody will stroke his ego for you, will help you stroke his ego. It's just the way it works. But that's not fair. Exactly. It's not fair.
Oh, you're right.
It's not fair. You're disengaged from your power. You don't know the kind of power that you have. You're stuck on semantics, dictionary meaning, ChatGPT, stupid talking points. You don't know how life works. And coconutted will not help you. Will not help you realize how life works. Because, well, I'd rather buy here. Somebody said I'd rather sleep on the streets. Okay. Then problem solved. You're right.
Oh, you're right.
Problem solved. Just be happy in whatever you choose to do. But I want you to remember there are 8 billion people here. Never mind what your pastor said. Okay? There are 8 billion people here. Never mind what your pastor said. So, of course, they're saying, flaws. He dealt with your flaws, right? The only thing they can think of their own pain. That's all they can think of when they read the fact that Nana dealt with your flaws, raised a family. We all have to pay sometimes small price for not sometimes, always, for bigger picture. Some of us do it too late. By the time you realize it's too late, you lost already. You lost to the people that are willing to pay a price. Now, there are certain types of prices you shouldn't pay. You shouldn't pay a price with your self-respect. You shouldn't pay a price with your self-esteem. You shouldn't pay a price with your self-love. If you have to do that, you will still be a loser. Write that down and take it to the bank. Human beings have no respect. They're not respecter of you sacrificing your self-love, self-respect, or self-esteem. Men don't give a shit. Write that down and take it to the bank. If you sacrifice your self-love, your self-esteem, and your self-respect for attraction, it won't work. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful before you take any of my talking points and say, I'm just paying a price. No, be careful. Everybody's story is different, case by case by case. The certain prices you pay is never worth it. It's never worth it. But if you understand that this whole thing is a game, as in like skills are involved, then you will learn the skills you need to survive. So of course, one of those things, she changed her name from Otedola to Ajibade. forgetting that this is a thing of pride for her to do. You see, your own pride, you are using it in the wrong direction. When I got married, I was one of those guys. I didn't care if my wife changed her name or not. Because for me, I just, no, I don't care. But like, you see how I'm telling you right now, all that moral, stupid stuff that you guys are tagging on to, you shouldn't cheat, you shouldn't steal, you shouldn't lie. That's all I have to tell you with regards to that. Now, you need more skills to attract the kind of love and life you need, that you desire. You need more skills beyond not stealing, cheating, or lying. Know this and know peace. For me, I've always moved that way. But even at that, it wasn't enough because I forgot there's another human being involved. So how much more those of you that are stuck on it's not fair? It's not fair. Well, it's not fair. It's not fair for anybody. Two will get two. It's not fair for anybody. You know what's not fair? You're not learning the skills you need to learn and you want to win like the rest of us. That's not fair. That is entitlement. That's entitlement. So, of course, it's a thing of pride for her to change her name to her husband's name. Do you know what it means for certain types of women to feel like they have crown? That to feel like they have a man who loves them to death? All women. Argue with the screen of your phone. All women. All women. Well, some women just don't like marriage. Marriage is not beautiful. Was I talking to you? Why are you here? I wasn't talking to you. I said all women. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Temi. It's a thing of pride for her. You use your own pride in the way that you deem fit. How's that? How's that for some fairness? That's one of the things they were complaining about. She changed her name before. Then Uncle Otedola said, you will succumb to the I don't know exactly how he said it, to the authority of your husband, something like that. And somehow Twitter was having a field day. It's crazy. What happened to context? I guess we have to start teaching adults context too. Well, I'll start like this. Go and Google context. Okay? Let's start with that. Google context. And then ask yourself some hard questions. Okay? You have to succumb. First of all, it's not that deep. Okay? Do you think something will be happening to his daughter? He won't answer to it? Are you okay? Are you alright? He's your boss. Obviously, that doesn't mean literally. Well, obviously it wasn't obvious. Obviously it wasn't obvious. And then he said, no more daddy. You really think that? No more daddy? Otedola? Even if Otedola doesn't answer to Temi being in harm's way, you don't think Dangote will answer to it? You don't think the Adele case will answer to it? You don't think Dele Momodu will answer to it? Make sure that she's safe? Oh, no. It's not about that. He's taking women 15 years backwards. You're right. Anyway. Let's round it up, guys. That's all I have to say. Power and control. There are many things you can control. The first thing you can control is yourself. Have some self-control. Shall we start with that? Have some self-control. Okay? Control yourself. Control your emotions. Can we start with that? Stop trying to control other human beings. Now, in addition to other human beings that you can control, there are many things in this life you cannot control. Life is not fair. Stop focusing on those things. There's so much you can control. Self-discovery. Find out what those things are and leverage those things in your favor and subsequently in the favor of your loved ones. It's called leverage. Okay? It's called leverage. Start with that. You do have power like the rest of us. Okay? You have power. If you can complain, you have power. Okay? If you want to be an activist, be exactly that. Let's start with that. Okay? If there's enough pain in what you're complaining about, enough people will follow you. That will give you power. Even if it's attention. And then you can help more people. And no, it's not criminal behavior to complain. I'm just saying, if you're stuck on complaining and being the victim all the time, the universe will agree with you. You're right.
You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I digress. Uncle Bedo said, do we know what happened? That's what happened. That's why I'm covering them today. We don't know. All I can see is that they are still a family. And that's, if you want to keep your wife to you, make sure that you keep your household in order. There's not, the street has nothing for anybody. Just do yourself a favor. Just focus on making sure your house is conducive. When women say treat them well, that's what they mean. Just make that your focus. Make sure the house is conducive for everybody. That requires active listening. Don't just be stuck on moral. In where we are come from, we don't do that. That's moral, stupid nonsense. In a world that's moving, a moving target. You see, you don't have to put that much energy on moral standards. The good chance you're not going to do what you don't want to do anyway. But in terms of where you need to put your energy, where you require energy, is create the right experience for people around you. Start with your family. Start with your wife. Start with your wife. Everything else in the street is temporary. Even if Tobaloju Kokoro, Uma collect Wani. But guess what? Because you're a self-sustainable person, you have choices. You can walk away. It's okay to walk away. That's never a crime. Well, that also means you have to make it okay. If a woman says they want to walk away from you, that's okay. If you make that okay, the chances that they walk away decreases all the way down to zero. But if you said, oh, you can't walk away, oh, you made small money and you're running away, that's when they want to run away from you. That's the way it works. Our brain works in reverse when it comes to attraction. You need to start paying attention. Just look at your reality and then pay attention. Learn the game. All right, so Jum, good to see you, Jum. You came late. It's okay. You can watch rewinds. We are also taping for the Replay Gang. Replay Gang, shout out to you. I appreciate you. We don't talk about women's pride enough. We don't. I talk about pride here all the time. Oh. Pride, coconutted, unrealistic expectations. Those two things, I talk about it all the time. Okay, maybe we can talk about it more, Sha. Women have pride. Juju, never say this. Alright. Is some women don't like me. You don't realize that? No, they don't like me. Isn't it? Some men don't like me just as much as women. They don't, not me, but some of my talking points. They feel like you're on the fence. Take a side. You're on the fence. Take a side. Weak people, they won't like me because they require some kind of getting off a fence to their side or away. They want to they want to know if you are an enemy or you are an ally. That's, So no, we work. You're right, maybe we should spell that out more. Let's see. Chinye said, don't go and be a VDM. VDM knows what he's doing. VDM has so much power. Shout out to Yiku's Pepe. Yiku Pepe's talk. Good evening. Good to see you. Your husband is your boss. Uncle Beno said, are you silly? In Asi's voice. Does Asi say that? Shout out to Asi. I haven't seen her in a while. That pride will choke you. She said, pride will choke the life out of everything. Pride comes before the fall, right? Everybody will collect. I say that here all the time. Everybody will collect, Pride is a bastard. It's something that I pay attention to a lot. Sometimes to the detriment, because sometimes you have to just keep your foot on people's neck too, regardless if they call it pride or not. Sometimes you have to do that. But objective, just identify. Here's something I want to start paying more attention to, right? When we're doing our arguments back and forth, I want to start calling this out. What is the objective? If we're talking about submission, what is the objective? Submission will be a means to some type of end, right? Right? Okay. What is the objective? Because sometimes we have different approaches to the same objective. But a lot of people they don't spell out the objective. Respect. To what end? Why do we need this respect thing so badly? Oh, well, your husband will love you more if he feels like you respect him. Okay. All right, is that a thing that I want? Well, I don't know. I don't care about love. I want respect too. What do you mean by you want respect too? Give me an example. We need to get down to the bottom of what you're saying. Gentlemen, don't just be reactive to what women say. Pay attention to what they mean. Okay? That's going to require patience. It's going to require patience. Okay? Why? Because you're a man. You understand there's cost. So what's the objective? What do you want? Man or woman, it doesn't matter. What do you stop being disconnected from what you want. What do you want? Let's spell that out first. Let's make sure it's reasonable. After we see what you want, and then we can work our way backwards to creating how we're going to get there. In 2025, we don't want to talk about your mothers. In 2025. But that's the problem. That's a good example. Okay. Don't get me started on that one. Okay. Because my mother is a good example too. And let's be careful with that. Okay. Your mother. But yet, you want to fall into this modern women's quickles. Anyway. That's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you've been enlightened. I'll be back very, very soon. I won't be long. Replay gang, shout out to you. Make sure you're letting me know in the comments. Make sure you're liking, sharing, commenting, all of the above. Let's tell people about the Prestige family. Let's invite more people. If you're here, it's your first time, I appreciate you for being here. Make sure you're subscribed, turn up your notifications so you don't miss any of the show. At this point, our schedule is 8 p.m. Tuesday, Thursdays, Saturday or Sunday. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am in 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I'm in Utah at the moment, so I kind of have to work with what I got right now. But I'm dropping content, so let's make it work, guys. Let's make it work. If you're looking for coaching, I didn't mention that, but I guess it's been scrolling. If you're looking for personal coaching, you'll get a free consultation. You get 2 free books when you join our 21-day boot camp. It's a virtual boot camp. You can start at any time. It's called 21-day marriage boot camp. It's for anybody that's marriage minded. Doesn't matter what your status is. Talking stage, dating, relationship, married, divorce, looking to marry again. All of those status. Okay. Just go join the 21-day bootcamp virtual. You can watch anytime. You have your own login, but that comes with free consultation. It comes with 2 free books, and then we could take it from there. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. God bless. Peace.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One loving up, we done enough.